How to gain clients without cold calling, emails, or relying on referrals. Hey guys, this is Callum and welcome back to this new video in which I'm going to show you exactly how to do just that, right? This is quite a value-packed video, so make sure you take some notes and I hope you enjoy. So, this is for consultants, coaches, marketing agency owners, or if you sell a high ticket program, you'll want to listen to this video, make sure you take notes and learn something new. So, the first concept I want to go over is all about the three pillars. Now, this is something I've kind of developed myself and learned from other kind of marketers, right? And the thing is with these three pillars is they all have to work in conjunction. If one pillar kind of falls over, the whole thing topples and you start failing and you head into a downward spiral, right? However, if you can incorporate all three of them together and use them in conjunction, then you're going to start seeing a lot of success, right? So the first pillar is all about positioning. So this is probably the most important pillar there is because the way you position yourself to the market really is going to determine how much money you make and how many clients you end up signing, right? Because at the end of the day, no one wants to work with a generalist anymore. They only want to work with specialists. And the thing is with coaches, consultants, and marketing agency owners, most of them are really just becoming commodities, right? And basically what a commodity is it's something that's the same for everything, right? So let's just say something like coffee or like gold is kind of just the same thing, right? And that's really what most marketing agencies do. They just like service every single local business in the area, or most consultants do. They just service everyone and they all kind of do the same thing, right? So at the end of the day, if you don't position yourself well, you're just going to become another commodity, and really it's going to be a battle to price yourself the cheapest, right? Because if someone else comes along who does the exact same thing, then the business owner is likely just going to move on to the cheaper guy, right? Because if everyone's cold calling, right, everyone's kind of selling the same sort of stuff, then really it's just going to be a matter of whoever does it cheapest, right? And that's really not the kind of path you want to go down. So think to yourself for a minute and just ask yourself, how are you perceived in the marketplace? So I just want to detail to you 3 tips for better positioning. So the first is all about choosing a well-defined niche. So for example, if you serve restaurants, instead of just serving restaurants, why don't you serve dessert-based restaurants or high-end restaurants? Yes, the pool is going to be smaller, however you differentiate yourself that much more. So if a high-end restaurant comes along and they see 2 different marketers, one serving all restaurants, the other serving just high-end restaurants, they're going to pick you, right, assuming you know your stuff and you're well positioned in that marketplace, right? So the second kind of tip I have for you is all about the expert effect. Now, the expert effect is really something I kind of developed myself, in which you brand yourself as the go-to expert in your defined niche, and you optimize all of your social media followings for that niche. So things like your Facebook page, your LinkedIn profile, your YouTube are all kind of optimized for that one niche, right? And that's really going to provide you with the credibility in order to start signing clients, right? The thing is, most people who go out there cold calling, right, they don't really pay much attention to their personal brand. So perhaps there's let's say a 20-year-old guy, right, he owns his own marketing agency and he's just kind of like cold calling every single business in the area. He's just finding leads, cold calling and going at it, right? But let's say his LinkedIn profile, his Facebook profile is really just full with pictures of like him drinking and going out and like just negative stuff, right? It's not value packed, there's no content really. You're not really going to expect to get far, right? Because when that business starts searching you and comparing your services to your competitors' services, they're going to pick the guy who's branded well, right? And there really is examples of this in all niches, right? Because if every single course is just teaching you to go after the restaurants, gyms, real estate, dentists, all that kind of stuff, then like you have to have a way of differentiating yourself from everyone else in that market, right? And the third kind of tip I have for you is to build your results list. So trust me when I say this, it will be far easier to gain clients once you have some results you can shout to your market with. So for example, if you service restaurants, then you can go out and gain some results in the restaurant niche or the high-end restaurant niche, and you can kind of like display these on your social media and your YouTube and stuff like that, and people will naturally start gravitating to you. So the second tip I have, which works in conjunction with positioning, is all about patience. So true, cold calling is fast, but becoming a niche authority would take time. Like, I can't say it any other way. To build a list of like 3,000 people, business owners in your niche, and have like loads of well put content and really be seen as a niche authority, it's going to take weeks or months, right? Because at the end of the day, right, you're becoming a niche authority and you're becoming an expert. You can't just expect to do that overnight. However, as I mentioned, once you are a niche authority, trust me, your life will become so much easier. And that's your business, right? Life, right? And the final pillar I have for you is all about researching. So just ask yourself this, right? Does your market even want what you offer? Have you ever even asked them? The thing is, with most courses, they seem to assume that every business wants more leads. So that's what they teach, right? I'm sure you've seen it. Most courses just teach about lead generation, stuff like that. They assume that everyone kind of wants the same kind of customers, but the truth is, some businesses want a certain type of customer, right? So moving back to our restaurant example, let's say you consult with different restaurants, right? Perhaps a restaurant wants more families to come in, right, as opposed to just individual people. That's really going to branch yourself as someone with more expertise in that area, right? If you can kind of say, I help restaurants gain more family customers, right, instead of just more customers, you're kind of taking it that one step further. So now I just want to go over Client Attraction 101. So now that you are well positioned, patient, and have done your market research, it's time to go to war. This is all about connecting with people in your market, building a list, and letting your well positioned personal brand take effect. If you have done this step right, you will naturally gather interest. So remember, I talked about positioning and patience. Once you have positioned yourself and you're patient with your content and you're putting out consistently, then good stuff is going to start to happen, right? So to take this a step further, you can actually craft a client attraction funnel. So the client attraction funnel and the whole process kind of works like this, right? So you initially, assuming your positioning is in place, right? So you optimize your social media followings. You go ahead and connect with potential clients, right, or prospects. So this just means adding them on Facebook, connecting with them on LinkedIn and stuff like that, right? So hopefully your well-positioned personal brand will naturally start to gather curiosity, right? So people are naturally going to start reading through your content, following you more closely, and seeing what you have to offer. So potential clients will start opting into your client attraction funnel if you have one, or they'll start messaging you, right? And then you go out and you close that client. So again, read this through, guys, because it's a powerful loop. Once you can kind of figure this out, then your pipeline is always going to be full, whether you're a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're naturally going to have clients attract to you, right? So to take this a step further, I've actually got a link to a free case study video explaining exactly how to position yourself as a niche authority. So if you go to the first link in bio, you opt in, you'll find this case study video, basically detailing exactly how to optimize your Facebook profile and your LinkedIn and your social media to start gaining clients and becoming a niche authority. So value packed video, guys. I hope you found this video helpful, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Bye.